Hey, what's going on? Today we are looking at something different. We've done a few of these in the past. This one is a soundbar. This is the Fosi Audio Model A5. And this one's got some pretty cool... This is the EQ that it has, by the way. You have 4 EQs. You can use them on the remote. There's music, movie, bass, and news. I guess news is the clarity in the vocal. This is the box that it comes in. And... putting that off to the side, this is the device itself. Flipping that over, you can see the back there. It has a very good I/O. You have a aux, you have the power, obviously. You have aux, you have USB, you have optical, and you even have HDMI. This thing has a nice weight to it, too. There's some feet on the back. They're rubberized. They're also mountable. You can mount this right to your wall. It does have some nice weight, so make sure you have a decent wall. Obviously, something that's like just cheap plaster, like in an old house. I don't know, maybe anchors would work with that. You also get a optical cable, and you get the other accessories. You get an RCA, and you get the remote, which has a lot of other features to be accessed. I love the controls on the top. And another thing is, when I got this, I did not realize that this is also a Bluetooth speaker. So on top of being having all of those inputs, it also has Bluetooth on top of that. So it is a Bluetooth speaker. Let's say play some royalty-free Christmas music. Okay. So, my impressions of this is that it really sounds good for something little like this. This has the sound of like if you had one of those really quality, Bluetooth speakers or something like that. It sounds very, very good, both wired and optical. Superb crispness. The vocals are very, very, very present and forward. Definitely very clear. There's a good amount of bass, and the bass has, a decent amount of texture and body to it, but it is an overpowering bass. And as with a lot of soundbars, they require like a subwoofer if you really wanted to get into that cinematic bass thing. And this doesn't have the subwoofer, but it does a really decent job. Unfortunately, because of YouTube, there aren't a lot of like music that I can play without a problem. So, you just have to take my word that the bass, it isn't the most thumpiest loud bass, but it does have a bass presence, meaning it's just not, it doesn't sound like an old radio or something like that. It's an improvement over the speakers, and I have a TV that has 10-watt speakers and everything, and this still is a better improvement over that. Ultimately, it has this nice cloth. It is mostly plastic build. But there is this nice cloth area right here. There's your control buttons. You see you have the volume, you have play, pause, the mode. The M is for mode, and of course the power button. So you do have a mode button to switch in between the different ones. We can get into that.
Line in mode. Optical in. HDMI. Bluetooth mode.
I don't know why they use different voices, but, that doesn't really bother me at all. It's a different voice, so you know what mode you're in. This sticks. This stuff, this rubber material is sticky, so if you put this in place, it should stay in place pretty good, because it does have some stickiness to it. But like I said, it's also mountable, and, it does have some good weight. So even though it is a plastic build, it still feels solid and very good, in my opinion. I'm going to leave a link down below for this. So ultimately, testing this out is some great sound. It's an improvement over the TV sound. There's a lot more clarity there. Like I said, if you're looking for like thumping bass, that's no problem. You just get a subwoofer, add a subwoofer into the equation. But other than that, it does a very good job. This is, in my opinion, would work well as a computer speaker as well. This would work as a video game like setup speaker, if that's what you want. A lot of different uses for this. Just take it as a Bluetooth speaker wherever you go too. I mean, that's also cool. That's about it. That's all you can. I mean, there's not much you can say about speakers. I mean, you can just say that they sound good or they sound trash. I think this one sounds good. I like the clarity in it. And I'll do a little bit of testing. Remember, this is free Christmas music stuff, so. Hear the notes, the bass notes and everything. They're there. They've got very good texture to them. They're very good clarity. I mean, the speakers in this are very, very good. For something this tiny. And I've had some very good Bluetooth speakers in the past, and this is on par with them. Some of them have bass ports, so they have a little bit more bass, but ultimately it sounds good. It really does sound good. I think I'm going to be using this in the kitchen area. I think it'll go good with the TV. And like I said, this would pair some with smaller TVs, like a 32-inch monitor. I think if you'd want something a little bigger if you had like a 50-inch TV or something like that, because those speakers on that are going to be bigger. But ultimately, this improves on what I have, so I like it. So this one is the A5 from Fosi Audio, who makes some really great audio products, particularly amps. I didn't even know they made soundbars, and they've got a bunch of soundbars. Maybe we'll do another review on a different one in the future. But very, very nice clarity, improved in the dialogue, improved in just overall the sound is balanced and quite natural sounding. So I like that. I like that. I admit that like bass and stuff, but I live in an apartment, so you can't have too much bass. Everybody's going to be banging and stuff like that. But ultimately, very, very good for what it does. It does enhance. I watched the whole movie with this. Excellent. And for a little guy, this really is cool. I would normally put this on the desk for the computer setup. I got another monitor over there. I could do that, but I'm not going to do that with this one because I need something a little bit smaller over here. Sounds better than my Bose speakers. I have little Bose speakers for the computer, and I like this much better. Ultimately, there's much more clearer. The Bose have a little bit, more bass, but there's not as much clarity to it as this. And clarity is the thing I want to. I want to hear the footsteps in the games, and I want to hear different stuff. So ultimately, this does what it's supposed to do, and I like it. I really do like it. And I'm gonna go put this in the kitchen, I guess. So, thank you so much for watching. Please be safe. This has been the Fosi Audio A5. Have a good holiday, and thank you so much for watching. Be safe.